A first ever of night 3 of the DNC as California Senator Kamala Harris accepts the nomination for vice president.
The Democratic National Convention also featured President Trump's predecessor, former campaign rival, and more hitting him hard.
And KCAL9's Tom Wade is live in the newsroom with the highlights. Tom?
There was so much to tell you about tonight, Juan and Pat. Really kind of an impressive night. Tonight, former President Obama unleashed on President Trump, warning his administration would have no trouble tearing down our democracy in order to win. And tonight, history was made, of course. Senator Kamala Harris became the Democratic vice presidential nominee. In her speech, she offered an optimistic view of the future, but also emphasized the country needs to strive for racial justice.
I accept your nomination for Vice President of the United States of America.
History in the making. California Senator Kamala Harris takes the virtual stage at the Democratic National Convention, the first woman of African and Indian descent to be on a major party ticket.
So we're at an inflection point. The constant chaos leaves us adrift. The incompetence makes us feel afraid. The callousness makes us feel alone. It's a lot. And here's the thing. We can do better and deserve so much more. We must elect a president who will bring something different, something better, and do the important work. We must elect Joe Biden.
As Senator Harris delivered her vision for the future, she also delivered blow after blow against President Trump.
Donald Trump's failure of leadership has cost lives and livelihoods. If you're a parent struggling with your child's remote learning, or you're a teacher struggling on the other side of that screen, you know what we're doing right now is not working. And we are a nation that is grieving the loss of life, the loss of jobs, the loss of opportunities, the loss of normalcy, and yes, the loss of certainty. This virus touches us all. We got to be honest. It is not an equal opportunity offender. Black, Latino, and Indigenous people are suffering and dying disproportionately. And let's be clear, there is no vaccine for racism.
Harris was not the only star on the virtual stage tonight. Former President Barack Obama came to lift the newly minted presidential ticket.
For 8 years, Joe was the last one in the room whenever I faced a big decision. He made me a better president. And he's got the character and the experience to make us a better country.
And he unloaded on the leadership of President Trump.
I have sat in the Oval Office with both of the men who are running for president. I never expected that my successor would embrace my vision or continue my policies. I did hope, for the sake of our country, that Donald Trump might show some interest in taking the job seriously, that he might come to feel the weight of the office and discover some reverence for the democracy that had been placed in his care. But he never did. For close to 4 years now, he has shown no interest in putting in the work, no interest in finding common ground, no interest in using the awesome power of his office to help anyone but himself and his friends.
It was a night of Democratic leadership, including 2016's presidential nominee, Hillary Clinton.
Remember back in 2016 when Trump asked, "What do you have to lose?" Well, now we know. Our health care, our jobs, our loved ones, our leadership in the world, and even our post office. But let's set our sights higher than getting one man out of the White House. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are going to give us so much to vote for. Joe and Kamala can win by 3 million votes and still lose. Take it from me. So we need numbers overwhelming so Trump can't sneak or steal his way to victory.
Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi.
As Speaker of the House, I've seen firsthand Donald Trump's disrespect for facts, for working families, and for women in particular. Disrespect written into his policies toward our health and our rights, not just his conduct. Joe Biden is the president we need right now.
Earlier in the program, Democrats also took on hot-button policy issues like climate change.
I was 13 when the Camp Fire, the most destructive wildfire in California's history, broke out.
Gun violence.
In a split second, a stray bullet shattered my family's life.
And immigration.
My mom is gone, and she's been taken from us for no reason at all. Every day that passes, you deport more moms and dads and take them away from kids like me.
A big theme of the evening was also having a plan to vote. The Democrats are working hard to convince voters that vote by mail is safe, which it is. Tomorrow night, it's Democratic nominee for president Joe Biden taking center stage to lay out his vision for the future. Live in the newsroom, I'm Tom Waite. Pat, back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Tom.